The Philippine Army has long struggled with the challenge of modernization, a process that often lags behind the Navy and Air Force in terms of funding and priority. Under the ongoing Horizon 3 modernization program, Manila has focused its resources on enhancing naval and aerial assets to address the strategic challenges posed by the South China Sea and regional competition. Yet, the need to rejuvenate the Army's armored and mechanized units remains urgent. In this context, the Brazilian-Italian-designed VBTP-MR Guarani emerges as a compelling option for the Philippines, offering a blend of mobility, amphibious capability, and modularity that could address specific operational requirements in the archipelagic environment. The Guarani is a 6x6 wheeled armored personnel carrier developed by Iveco Defense Vehicles in collaboration with the Brazilian Army. Entering service in 2012, the vehicle was intended to replace Brazil's aging fleet of EE-11 Urutu APCs. At around 18 to 20 tons, the Guarani can carry a crew of 3+8 fully equipped soldiers, providing a versatile platform that bridges the gap between traditional tracked armored vehicles and lighter troop transports. Its amphibious capability makes it especially attractive to countries like the Philippines, where rivers, marshes, and coastal waters define the landscape of many battlefields. For the Philippine Army, which still relies heavily on upgraded M113 armored personnel carriers and outdated V-150 commando vehicles, the Guarani represents a leap forward. The M113s, despite upgrades to their weapon systems under Horizon 2, remain a dated tracked platform that is costly to maintain and limited in strategic mobility. Meanwhile, the V-150s, which entered service decades ago, offer little more than basic troop protection against small arms fire. In contrast, the Guarani provides STANAG Level 3 protection against armor-piercing rounds and artillery fragments, a significant improvement in survivability for Filipino troops operating in conflict-prone areas such as Mindanao or in rapid deployment missions across the Visayas and Palawan. The operational environment of the Philippines is unique. With more than 7,600 islands and extensive riverine terrain, any modernization of ground forces must account for the amphibious and literal dimension of warfare. Guarani's ability to traverse shallow rivers and coastal waters offers a tactical advantage that heavier, non-amphibious vehicles cannot match. In counterinsurgency operations in Mindanao, Guarani could deliver squads of infantry quickly and safely into contested areas while maintaining mobility across difficult terrain. In external defense scenarios, the same vehicle could serve as a mobile shield, transporting troops to coastal zones where anti-ship missile batteries like the newly acquired BrahMos systems may be deployed, ensuring a layered defense posture that integrates land, sea, and air assets. The Philippine Army's modernization efforts have traditionally been overshadowed by high-profile acquisitions for the Navy and Air Force, such as frigates, corvettes, and multi-role combat aircraft. However, the Army remains the backbone of national defense, responsible not only for internal security but also for safeguarding the country's extensive coastlines. A fleet of modern wheeled armored vehicles like the Guarani could fill the gap between light infantry forces and heavier mechanized assets, providing a quick reaction force capable of responding to threats across dispersed island territories. More importantly, the shift from tracked to wheeled platforms aligns with the logistical realities of the Philippines. Wheeled vehicles are easier to maintain, more fuel efficient, and better suited to the road infrastructure available in most provinces. The Guarani's modularity further enhances its appeal. The vehicle can be configured as a basic APC, an infantry fighting vehicle with a 30mm cannon, a command and control platform, or even an ambulance. This flexibility allows the Philippine Army to tailor its fleet to multiple roles without investing in entirely different vehicle families. The possibility of acquiring a mixed fleet, some Guaranis equipped with remote-controlled weapon stations for frontline missions and others configured for support roles, would provide a comprehensive solution to the Army's operational requirements. Of course, cost remains a critical issue. The Philippine defense budget, while steadily increasing, faces intense competition among the services. Big-ticket items such as fighters, frigates, and missile systems tend to dominate spending, leaving limited room for ground modernization. Yet, Guarani has a competitive edge here as well. Brazil has already produced more than 600 units for its own forces, and Iveco has demonstrated the capacity to offer financing packages or licensed assembly agreements. For the Philippines, a phased acquisition, beginning with a single company's worth of vehicles for testing and evaluation, could be the most pragmatic path forward. If successful, such a program could expand gradually without overwhelming defense budgets. From a geopolitical perspective, adopting the Guarani would also diversify the Philippines' defense partnerships. Brazil, though not traditionally a major supplier to Southeast Asia, is eager to expand its defense exports. Italy, through Iveco, provides additional industrial support and potential European political backing. This diversification reduces over-reliance on traditional suppliers such as the United States and South Korea, giving Manila more flexibility in its procurement strategy. Furthermore, it introduces competition into a market where regional players like China and Indonesia are actively promoting their own armored vehicles, such as the Norinco VN1 or the Indonesian Anoa. Critics will rightly note that Guarani is not a silver bullet. Its protection against mines and improvised explosive devices, while adequate, may not match that of dedicated mine-resistant ambush-protected MRLP vehicles. Additionally, any new platform will require investment in training, spare parts, and maintenance facilities to ensure operational readiness. However, these challenges are not insurmountable. With proper planning, Manila could negotiate training and support packages as part of the procurement deal, ensuring that Guarani units remain effective in the field. Ultimately, the Guarani represents more than just an armored personnel carrier for the Philippines. It symbolizes a strategic shift, from piecemeal upgrades of aging platforms to a forward-looking investment in mobility, protection, and modularity tailored to the archipelagic environment. While the Navy and Air Force are rightly prioritized under Horizon 3, the Army must not be left behind. A modest but deliberate introduction of Guarani into the Philippine Army's inventory could set the stage for a more balanced modernization strategy that acknowledges the enduring importance of land forces in a maritime nation. As we examine this option, it is important to remember that modernization is not just about machines, it is about people. Every decision to upgrade or replace a platform is ultimately about protecting Filipino soldiers and ensuring they can accomplish their mission with greater safety and effectiveness. That is why discussions about vehicles like the Guarani deserve the attention of not only policymakers, but also the broader defense community and engaged citizens. If you find this analysis valuable and want to see more discussions that go beyond headlines to examine the real choices facing the Philippine military, I encourage you to support our work. Your comments, insights, and engagement help shape the conversation about how Manila can best defend its people and territory in an increasingly complex strategic environment. Like, share, and subscribe so we can continue building a community dedicated to understanding defense modernization in the Philippines and across the Indo-Pacific.